Good to have you back with us right here on the Stock Game. Well, we've discussed the first two ideas and then to get you ideas number 3 and 4 from our 3 experts. Let's talk about a Hexa ware and Kunal, given how, it's been traded in a range of close to 109 to 123 over the past month. Do you think one can probably wait it out a while before you enter it?
Well, I think, Megha, the stock has formed a base for itself. It's in a range, all right, but I think it's towards the lower end of the range that it's trading for now. So there is a fair chance that the stock might actually hit the upper end of that range, which is close to about 130. So I think even at the current levels, if one were to buy, I think over a period of time, the stock should migrate to those levels. So I think it's a buyer even at the current levels.
Okay, that's a word coming in on Hexa, where the counter over the last 1 month has done absolutely nothing, just higher by 0.2%, and on a 3-month basis has notched up 5%, 119 on last count. Tata Power August futures, because that's the stock that you're shorting. It is adding fresh longs and open interest, but a disappointing set of numbers. The profits came lower by 65%.
Yeah, the company came out with pretty disappointing numbers for the June quarter, and since I was expecting the markets to correct today after rallying so hard for the past few days, I chose to go short on the stock. It was purely a trading call, and I think I've been stopped out for the day.
Okay, that's the word coming in on Tata Power, where, of course, Vikas mentioned he's been stopped out. But what about with Ranbaxy? That's another result candidate later in the day. That's when that one's going to be coming out, and it seems to be going pretty smartly into its numbers. Kunal, what we are working with is, in fact, we're expecting the sales to be rising by close to 40% for the company on a profit after tax basis also. 140% growth is what is expected by the street. But on the charts, where do you think this counter is headed over the next 4 to 5 days, say?
Yes, this is one stock which has, in terms of technicals, formed a double bottom, the previous low of month of July, where it had a base of 475, 480 levels. From there, it has managed to move very smartly, and if you look at the daily or probably the hourly charts, it's showing you a very good uptrend, a very correct uptrend in terms of technicals. Yesterday, it managed to break that previous top of 513 and close above that, and that is why I believe that the momentum would continue on this stock. The resistance for the next couple of days, I think for the next few days, would lie in the range of 535. My day target is 530 on Ranbaxy and a stop loss of 508, but I think it's a very good stock on the pharma side, and one should probably expect this stock to move higher if it breaks 535 level of crucial resistance.
Okay, that's the word which is coming in on Ranbaxy. Keep an eye out on that result candidate. It looks pretty smart ahead of its numbers. Remember, we're expecting the sales higher by 41%. Adjusted profits are seen at 370 crore rupees, and a reported loss is seen at 420 crores. Margin expansion also expected. From Ranbaxy, let's take it to the last and final idea in each of our experts' portfolios. It's a Syntex, and Kunal Saragi is going short on that counter. Take a look at how it's panned out over the last 1 year. It's steadily gone down, and now below its 50 as well as its 200 daily moving average. It's been in a range of 55 to close to 68 over the last 1 month. Kunal, this was one of the candidates which was on everyone's buying list at one point in time. What's made you go short on it?
Well, I think, the stock now is preparing to start a new leg of its correction. It's been down for a while, and now I think it's beginning to put a pattern on the chart, which is called a head and shoulders. And if that level breaks, that level is closer to about 56. So if the stock were to slip below that level, I think that the stock would correct substantially from the current levels. So this is a medium-term short and a short-term short as well. So I think Syntex is a sell at every rise, and the stock should go down more.
Okay, Syntex is looking weak on multiple bases. That's the word coming in from Kunal. Today as well, the counter is looking pretty wobbly. It's down by close to 0.5%. Do remember, it's not had such a great run over the last month either. It's lost close to 4%. But what about in Indian hotels? Do remember, of course, we had the numbers that came in post-market hours. And because, rightly, you are shorting it, and rightly so, given that we had an absolute disappointment on the bottom line. We had, profits coming in at about 4 crores, which was low by close to 81%. On the sales front, though, the company managed to post a rise of close to 7%. So what do you make of these numbers? Do you think the disappointment is likely to last, especially because, given the slowdown in the economy as a whole, we might just see travel taking a bit of a hit?
Yeah, Megha, I feel so. Because of the slowdown in the economy, these hotel and hospitality stocks should not do as well as they've been doing earlier. And the company came out with disappointing set of numbers, and that's why I chose to go short on this. And although my day target was 59 rupees 10 paisa, which has been met, I see further slide in the stock in the coming few days.
Okay, that's an Indian Hotels very disappointing set of numbers. In fact, you had the loss which came in much below what the street was expecting for that counter. All right, in fact, the profits came in much lower than what the street was expecting. We were working with a figure of close to 19 crore rupees. It came in at about 4 crores. Moving on then to a Cummins India, take a look at the intraday chart. It's petered off from the high point of the day and currently sitting at 485. What is the, where are you seeing it on the charts now, Kunal?
Yes, this is one of the stocks which I think is due for a very big, upswing. And I believe that the previous high, which is around that 490, 495 odd levels, where it's probably struggling, in the last couple of days. In fact, even today, it managed to hit a high of, above that 490, and it's come back below that. But I think this is a very crucial resistance. I think if that gets broken, this stock can probably move, 10 to 15%. My medium-term target is 540 on Cummins India. But I think, from an intraday perspective, one can look at a target of 504. My stop loss is 476. But once again, as I said, on a medium-term perspective, this is one of the very good stocks, a very bullish chart formation on daily as well as weekly patterns.
Okay, 0.4% higher for a Cummins India at this point in time. On the longer term charts also, the counters gained close to 9% for the month and 7.5% for the last 3 months. But let's take you through the scorecards then to tell you how our three experts are faring. Well, we've got Kunal Sarogi. In the entire portfolio actually is in the green territory right now. We've got him making a gain of close to 1.3%. So that's a sum of close to 6,600 rupees. Vikas Sethi, on the other hand, the portfolio, as you remember, has been locked in for the day. Tata Power has been stopped out. The other three counters have already hit the target. And he is still in the lead with some gains of close to 43,000 rupees. Kunal Bothra, on the other hand, we've got a DF Utilities. That's a bit of a bother. On the other hand, Dana Bank, Ranbaxy, Cummins, all of them making him good money. And overall, he's sitting on a gain of close to 5,400 rupees. So the pecking orders changed slightly. We've got Vikas in the first place, followed by Kunal Sarogi and Kunal Bothra. Gentlemen, thanks very much for, of course, joining in today. And we eagerly wait to see the trading strategies that you get for us tomorrow morning.
Okay, but with that, it's timed out right here on BNS and the Stock Game. Goodbye from Megha, me and the entire team. Up next is Market Set.